Hi, and welcome to Reading with Ms. Momo. I'm so glad you could join me today. I have been telling you about fairy tales and reading fairy tales each week during the month of September. I hope you go back and check out the ones I've already read if you haven't seen them already. Today I'm going to do one that's a Hans Christian Andersen, one from fairy tale from a long ago, but different authors put them in different settings. And today our setting is going to be in Africa. The story is The Princess and the Pea, but it's going to be in Africa. I hope that you enjoy this version of The Princess and the Pea. Join me now as we read The Princess and the Pea by Rachel Isadora. And Rachel Isadora lived in Africa for a while, and so she decided to use where she lived to write about The Princess and the Pea. I hope you enjoy the illustrations. They're really, really neat. Once upon a time, there was a prince. Remember, I told you in every fairy tale it starts out once upon a time. And there's the prince. The prince wanted to marry a real princess, so he traveled all over the world in hopes of finding such a lady. And there he is in the carriage. They carried the prince, and they all went with all of his supplies all over the world trying to find the perfect princess for him. He was very specific about exactly what he wanted. He met many princesses, but it was difficult to tell whether they were real ones. He wanted a real princess. He was adamant that he wanted the real one. Iska Waram. And that's the prince, and he's talking to a princess. Salam. And there's the prince talking to another princess. Jumbo Habari. He's saying hi again, hello. Every time they're saying hello to different princes, but so far he hasn't liked any of them to be his wife. There was something about each princess that was not quite right. So the prince came home again and was sad. And there he is laying down, and he's very sad because he just can't find the exact lady for him, the exact princess. One evening there was a terrible storm. Suddenly a knocking was heard at the gate, and the old king went to open it. It's storming, and there's a lady with a light going in the storm. There was a princess standing at the gate. But good gracious, what a sight the rain and the wind had made her look. And yet she said she was a real princess. So she was all wet and disheveled and her hair everywhere. But she said she was a real princess. Ah, we'll soon find out if she is real, said the queen. So she went into the bedroom, where she laid a pea upon a bedstead. Then she took 20 mattresses and laid them on the pea, and then put 20 feather beds on top of the mattress. Oh my goodness gracious. She put lots of mattresses and feather pillows on top of a pea, a small pea. On this, the princess had to lie all night. There's the princess climbing the ladder to get to the very top of all these mattresses. And remember, under there is a very small pea. And there she is on the very top. The next morning, the princess was asked how she had slept. Oh, very badly, said the princess. I scarcely closed my eyes all night. Heaven only knows what was in the bed, but I was lying on something hard, so I am black and blue all over. That's horrible, said the king. There's the king and the queen. And she's saying she did not sleep well, that she is black and blue all over. Now they knew she was a real princess because she had felt the pea right through the 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds. Nobody but a real princess could be as sensitive as that. So there's the prince, and there's the princess, and there's the queen with the tiny P. So this princess was very sensitive. So the prince took the princess for his wife, and here they are at their wedding. The P was put in a museum where it may still be seen if no one has stolen it. There, that is a true story. And they lived happily ever after. You know, that's the way fairy tales go. It always starts out once upon a time. It always ends happily ever after. They always have a plot and characters and a setting. And this setting was in Africa. I was thinking, what if the setting, if I decided to write it, maybe the setting would be the Mississippi Delta, and it would be a soybean, a tiny little soybean that I would put under the mattress in my story in the Mississippi Delta. You know, you could write a story adapting the Princess and the Pea to wherever you live, and maybe make something that is native to your state or your area be what you would put under all the mattresses for your princess. You know, this story has a lot of lessons. One of them is that small things can make a big difference. That small P made a huge difference because she was so sensitive that she noticed the small things in life. Also, she was true to herself. She didn't try to be something she wasn't. She was very true to herself. So always be true to yourself. Be who you are. Don't try to be somebody else. But then also the king and queen learn not to judge a book by its cover, not to make an impression by what you see first, but get to know the person. And once they got to know her, they liked her. But when they first saw her, remember, she was all disheveled and had been in the rain. So don't judge a book by its cover. Another one is to have goals of what you want and what you expect and who you want to spend time with. And spend time with those people. Enjoy those people. I think that it's real important to have goals and have ideas of what you want in life. Sometimes we have to change those a little bit. But the most important thing I got from all this reminded me of in the scripture, Matthew 17:20, it tells you to have faith as small as a mustard seed. And if you have even that much faith, nothing is impossible. So it talks about a tiny little mustard seed. And if you have that much faith, nothing's impossible for you. So have goals, have dreams, live life and be true to yourself. And remember, small things that you do make a difference. So always be kind and loving and caring. Until we meet again, smile and be happy and be kind and nice. God bless.